do you all like to read novels? I enjoyed this book during my breaks, but I finished it. Now, so I'd like for you to have it. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. Do take care, SSS. Even a cat can do it. How to prepare a delicious cake is on the shelf. Received 3 cake. Recipe probably. So this is... I think this is Elie's room. So what's my rank? Wow, Lloyd, managed to catch yourself some real beauts. Good work, kid. Starting today, you are now a second-class fisher. Received the luck quartz as a prize. You did it, Lloyd. Congrats. You know, I actually had some struggles becoming a second-class fisher myself. Didn't know how to handle it, so I left to train in the mountains to find my inner angler. Managed to get in touch with Mother Nature, which sharpened my senses. That's when I know I catch the elusive pearl glass and boom! Promotion. I'm sure you had your fair share of hardships too, which is exactly why this is a momentous occasion. Now that you've managed to make it this far, Lloyd, I'm expecting great things from you. I'll try to live up to your expectations, sir. By the way, if I'm currently a second-class fisher, does it mean the next rank is first class? Right you are, kid. The next rank is indeed first-class fisher. In order to advance to first-class fisher, you must catch at least 16 unique kinds of fish. At long last, you're counted among the ranks of high-ranked anglers in the guild. I'm looking forward to your next feat. Don't I have 17 right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, yeah. Wow, managed to somehow catch even more rare beauts, I see. Amazing job, Lloyd. Starting today, you're now a first-class fisher. Phenomenal work as always, Lloyd. You finally reached the rank of first-class fisher. Man, you work quick. I think I made it to that rank 5 or 6 years ago, and that was the final push needed to convince me to start up this branch and crossbow. I remember clearly the tears of joy that filled Mr. Fish's eyes when I proposed my plan. Well, never mind that, Lloyd. I might as well tell you one more thing while you're here. As a first-class fisher, you now have the ability to purchase deluxe dumplings here at the Fisherman's Guild. It's an all-purpose, high-quality bait developed by yours truly. All kinds of different fish will bite it. Oh, I don't think I've heard of that kind before. With that, I'm sure I'll be able to get even more kind of fish. I might even be able to try out some different fishing techniques while I'm at it. Yeah, you never let me down, Lloyd. You're exactly right. Change your bait into usual fishing holes, and it's like you're in a whole new world. And I can't forget, I need to tell you the requirement to advance to the next rank. Next up will be the rank known as Master Fisher. You need to catch 23 unique kinds of fish to rise to this rank. This one's going to push you beyond your limits, but I know that if anyone out there can do it, it'll be you, Lloyd. Well, it looks like my break is already over. Time to get back up to it. When I think of Warrant Officer Mariabell as my boss instead of a commander, work becomes a lot more bearable. Alright, I just finished this book while I was on break. Why don't you guys take it with you? Now that I've worked under the CGF commander for a while, I know without the doubt that having a boss like him is the absolute worst. So you've run your trading company for 7 years now, Mr. Hayworth? I wouldn't go so far as to call my little business a trading company. My belief is that I should try to conduct business while putting a smile on all of my customers and associates' faces. I'm afraid I don't quite meet the typical expectation one might have for a crossbow trader. Don't say that. I think you're doing good work in crossbow, Mr. Hayworth. It seems like the three of them are busy at the moment. I agree, we probably shouldn't interrupt them. Excuse me, you said your name was Estelle, right? Is everything okay? We haven't met someone before or anything like that, have we? No, of course not. I was just thinking you resemble someone I know, that's all. He looks exactly like the doll she had with her. But he's real this time, right? Estelle, I know how you feel, but you can't be acting this suspicious. I know that it's just hard. Yeah, this is a reference to Trails in the Sky, second chapter. Welcome back to The Legend of Heroes Trails from Zero. Well, now we want to go to the IBC because of Yin's challenge, and this was apparently sent from here. So the assault on Yin. And off screen I've fished a bit more and grinded new bait, and doing that my characters climbed up one level and Elie learned a new AoE craft. Because, well, you get one experience per fight or something, and eventually that helps. Damn, this place never fails to impress me. Yeah, it's enormous. I guess it's at least 10 stories high. Actually, I believe it's about 16 stories. Apparently the companies unaffiliated with the IBC are located on the 5th through 10th floors. Oh really? Interesting. Indeed. They are a significant source of Crossbell's tax revenue. So, what's the plan? You did show up without an appointment after all. Why don't we try speaking with a receptionist? She may be able to help us. Oh, Elie? Ernest? Fancy meeting you here. I see you with your colleagues, so I can assume you're here for work. Yes, we are. There's something we'd like to look into. Did grandfather send you here? Ah yes. I went for a consultation regarding how to manage the office's operational funds. As you know, work will become much busier next month, so I'm trying to get a head start. I see, that makes sense. Oh, by the way, Elie, have you given some thought to what we discussed? Yes, I have. I apologize, but I'm not ready to resign from the force just yet. I still haven't truly accomplished my goal. And as long as that continues to be the case, I won't ever reach my full potential. I'm positive I'd only be a burden to grandfather the way I am now. Could you answer this at least? Is the road you've taken the only way for you to achieve this goal of yours? Is this goal even achievable in the first place? If it turns out you're just chasing a fantasy, all your efforts would be a waste. I won't deny there's a chance for that. However, the knowledge I've gained these last 2 months has broadened my horizons more than I could have ever hoped. I feel myself growing as a person with each new obstacle we overcome. Had I followed your advice and immediately became one of grandfather's secretaries, I would have missed out on all of these valuable experiences. So I'll have to apologize to you once more. I'm going to continue working with the SSS as hard as I can until I've reached my full potential. Well, at the very least you're certain about your path now. Does that mean... Yes, I won't press you any further. What a shame. Just I thought I'd be able to bring on a capable aide. I suppose I was mistaken though. I have one small request of you though. I would like you to attend the anniversary festival's open ceremony next month. As much as I'd love for your mother to come, we know that won't be happening. I'm sure your grandfather would be terribly disappointed if not even one of his family members showed up. Understood. I'll make sure to be there. Thank you for always thinking of my grandfather, Ernest. Well, I've been with your family for years after all. I even still think of myself as your teacher sometimes. This is the least I could do. Oh, would you look at the time? I didn't mean to take you all away from your duties. If you excuse me, everyone. And please, take good care of Elie. Of course, that was what Lloyd said. I get the impression he worries about you a lot, Elie. Also, what was it about Ernest being your teacher? Oh, that? He tutored me when I was a child. Sadly, we haven't talked much since I left to study abroad. I assume he intends to become a politician? Correct. I think he plans to announce his candidacy for next year's Diet election. It'll be difficult for him to win, though. I don't think he plans on joining either the Republic or the Imperial or Republic factions. So he's a little politician in the making, huh? Gotta say though, he's pretty built for a secretary. Did he practice some kind of martial arts? He's an experienced fencer if I recall correctly. I heard he also served his grandfather's bodyguard because of his skills. Oh, I see. That would explain why he's in shape. Well, who do we have here? We have Grace here. We meet again, my friends. Oh, you're here too, Grace? What you up to? Police business? Do I detect hints of another sensational investigation blossoming? No, not at all. Just your imagination. We're here to look into a few things, that's all. Well, if you say so. I'm actually pretty busy myself, so I'll leave you guys alone. For now. Catch you later, besties! That lady always marching to beat of her own drum. She did not hound us as much as she usually does, however. She must be exceedingly busy. I would assume so. She's a lot of ground to cover with the anniversary festival coming up. It would be nice if we could avoid having her write another article on us. Well, whatever, let's head on inside. We still need to see if we can get ourselves an appointment with the CEO. Yes, let's go. So, as I couldn't look around because of the cutscenes, let's continue here, God. Good morning, pretty nice day out today, isn't it? The IBC is far from the bustle of the street, so it's always peaceful and quiet in the mornings. It helps me start the day off refreshed and raring to go. Yes, we have business here. Oh, do you not have business to attend to here? That's quite admirable for your age. No, now that your foot's in the door, I suggest you start owning your financial intuition. The most important part of investing is to cultivate your senses at a young age. I believe that investing and financial analysis should be adopted into Sunday school curriculum. Lanfei supposedly used to hold a secretarial role. It shows too, her penmanship is absolutely gorgeous. Nothing unusual to report today. The IBC's main offices haven't had any issues ever since opening. Hello and welcome to the International Bank of Crossbell. Oh, Miss McDowell, it's good to see you again. I see you brought your SSS companions too. Thank you for helping us test our new services the other day. It couldn't have reached its current popularity without your efforts. Really? That's good to hear. I'm glad we were able to assist you. We'll be sure to rely on your help again when the time comes. Anyway, how may I help you today? Well, actually, there's something I'd like to ask you, Lanfei. Would it be possible to see Mr. Crois? Oh, you're not here to see Miss Crois? Right, sorry you don't have an appointment set up. But even so, we'd still like to meet with him. Is he available today? Actually, as it just so happens, he's in his office right now. Will all four of you be meeting with him? Yes, we'd like to ask him a few questions regarding a certain incident. Oh, really? Understood. Please wait while I notify him of your arrival. Dang, leave it to our Mazelli to have a free pass into the sea suits. She really is from a different world as the rest of us, isn't she? Understood. I sent them in. Mr. Crois will be meeting with you now, Miss McDowell. I issue you a key card for the elevator. His office is on the top floor. Excellent. Thank you, Lanfei. Shall we board the elevator then? Sounds like a plan. Thanks, Elie. You really helped us out. Well, let's head on up and have a nice little chat with Mr. CEO himself. You have business on the top floor. Please board the elevator and scan your keycard. Alright. The CEO's office on the top floor, right? By the way, what was that card she gave you? It's just an identification card. Because of all the different businesses that operate out of this building, the IBC issues cards to access the appropriate floor. So it's basically a big fancy security system, man. Almost feels like they're just using all the latest gadgets just because they can. Well, the IBC spearheaded the cross-city portion of the Orbital Network project after all. The scope of the project grew to its current size once the cross-Bellon government joined. I have heard speculation that the IBC provides approximately 60% of the funding. I heard the same as well. I believe the government provides 30% while the Epstein Foundation provides the final 10%. Incredible. I didn't know they were shouldering more than half the cost. They're telling me Crossbell's most generous man's waiting for us up top, huh? Now then, I use the card and it'll take us where we need to go. Elie inserts the ID card into the slot. Floor 16. Wow. The view is amazing. Ooh, that's a million mirror view, probably about what it cost them too. I visited the Epstein Foundation's office in this building, but it hardly compares. The view from this floor is exceptional. I absolutely agree. The CEO's office is at the end of the hallway. I think it would be rude of us to keep him waiting once he agreed to meet with us on such short notice. Good call. It's a spells room, isn't it? Something matter, Elie? Oh, nothing. Uncle's office is just down the hallway, Lloyd. We should go. Uncle Dieter, it's Elie. Oh, come in, come in. Thank you, sir. Elie, it's been far too long. Close to half a year, if I remember correctly. That sounds about right. But more importantly, I'm glad to see you're doing well, Uncle Dieter. My apologies for not having scheduled a proper appointment with you. Oh, come now. Don't talk as though we are strangers. You're my little girl's best friend and the daughter of my own good friend as well, after all. You're nothing short of family at this point. Thank you, Uncle. Think nothing of it. Now, I've heard from my dear beloved daughter that you've joined the CPD. Would these be your fellow officers then? They are indeed. They're all part of the special support section. Nice to meet you, sir. My name is Lloyd Bennings. I'm Randy Orlando. Theo Plato, how do you do? It's nice to finally meet the three of you. I've read all about you in the Crossbow Times. I'm Dieter Crois, CEO of the International Bank of Crossbow. Lloyd, Randy, Theo, you said? We're all friends here, so don't feel like you need to call me Mr. Crois or anything like that. Just Dieter is fine. Okay. Where's teeth cleaning just now? They're so shiny I can smell the mint all the way over here. Anyway, shall we get down to business? I believe you're here to ask me a few questions. Might I ask you what they concern? Right, the thing is, we're trying to uncover the truth behind our current investigation. And as of now, I think I understand your predicament. This Yin fellow sent an orbmail from the IBC to your office, did he? Correct. We suspect it was sent from the IBC's main terminal. There's a strong possibility Yin took control of the terminal in order to do just that. I see. To be perfectly honest, I have the utmost confidence in our building's security. Even more so when it comes to the floor of the main terminals on only a few authorized individuals can access it as is. Furthermore, you must have a proper authorization to operate the terminal. I know this may be rude of me to ask, but have any employees with a proper clearance have been acting suspiciously recently? Perhaps a recent hire or somebody who's been acting out of the ordinary? Not that I can think of. I have the utmost trust in every single one of the employees with access. But that brings me to another thought, Lloyd. Have you explored any other possibilities? For example, what if I was pretending to be this Yin character and I sent you this message? You're joking, right? Uncle? Calm down, everyone. It was purely hypothetical, of course. Could you imagine the headlines if I had revealed that I was in fact a legendary assassin? This goes without saying, but reality is hardly ever that outlandish. Right. Of course. Uncle, I would appreciate if you didn't scare us like that, even hypothetical. He is quite the practical joker. I apologize for the fright. However, I would give things a second glance if I were you. If one of my employees was truly responsible for sending the orbmail, given that only a limited amount of people have access to the terminal, wouldn't it implicate them? I suppose so. That is true. So we might need to consider the possibility our suspect is not with the IBC. Hey Theo, that transmission between the IBC and the SSS terminals, would it be possible to mask the location it was sent from? An interesting question. It is possible that the IBC's main terminal was hacked from an external source. Hacked? Well, does that mean? I don't fully understand it myself, but I believe it's a technique used for the unauthorized operation of a terminal, primarily by breaching one's security system. That is essentially correct. Any terminal connected to the Orbital network can, theoretically, be accessed by another terminal. You would need to be unbelievably talented and familiar with the technology, of course. People capable of accessing terminals through such means are known as hackers. The orbital network is still in its testing phase, so there is a limited number of places that have access to terminals. But despite these limitations, we have already begun to encounter security issues. Interesting. So you're telling me that only this Yin guy's some crazy assassin is also one of these hackers? I don't think we should jump to conclusions. Well, we should consider the possibility that the orbmail was sent from elsewhere. Well, I truly hope the situation is resolved with me having to doubt my loyal employees. More importantly, it poses a serious problem if the main terminal has been hacked. Ah, I have an idea. Would you like to enter the terminal room and investigate it for yourself? Seriously? Are you sure that's okay? Of course, you may be able to find evidence of hacking if you examine the terminal itself. I'll have the staff down there assist you in case you have any questions. That would be incredibly helpful, sir. Thank you, Uncle. We really appreciate it. My pleasure. Besides, as CEO, this is an issue I cannot afford to overlook. I must say, Elie, I get the impression your days have been quite fulfilling as of late. I had my reservation when I first heard you decided to join the CPD. But it does seem like a job that will net you some very valuable real-world experience. So please, allow me to aid you in any way I can. Uncle Dieter, it's reassuring to hear that from you. I'm glad. Oh, one more thing. Speaking with the four of you face to face, I see even more potential than I did reading the articles about you. I'm sure you have realized this already, but Crossbill is plagued with a rather unique set of problems. And I'm sure Elie is painfully aware of this as well. I believe that the most significant problem we face as a society is that justice has lost all substance. It has become a shadow of its former self. What do you mean, sir? Could you elaborate, please? The idea, the very concept of justice, has become nothing more than an empty vessel. Lip service, if you will. Everyone has their own perspective, of course. Some even scoff at the mere mention of it, claiming there is no such thing as justice. Whatever their opinions, however, one truth remains. Humankind are creatures that will, to our dying breath, chase after the ideal of justice. But why is that? Justice is the foundation of society, something that people can believe in. If criminals were not bound by that justice we call law, people would isolate themselves in the safety of their own homes, never to venture out into what they see as a dangerous world. If that were the case, any hope of a functioning society would disappear. While justice has become somewhat ambiguous in Crossbill, we still manage to live our lives. Maybe so. Political corruption, the criminal underworld. Even if the police cannot tame them, the economic prosperity we currently experience allows our citizens to live their lives in relative comfort. Petty crime is at an all-time low because of it, but an unseen evil still spreads across our land. And sensing it, people seek justice. From the very core of their being, they silently cry out for it. Because no matter what shape or form justice takes, people will always pursue it, just as they will pursue the security that comes from society itself. And that is precisely why Crossbill's braces experience the popularity they do. Put the safety of civilians above all else. They certainly do seem to be allies of justice. Ain't that the truth? I've always gotten the feeling cross-balance worship the guild way more than any other country does. Yes, it certainly does make sense. The extent to which bracers can exercise justice is severely limited, however. As they are, it is simply impossible for them to resolve the injustices of this city. They are a bandage at best. That is why I expect great things from you. You may be the lasting cure Crossbill needs. What? So you're telling us we need to start taking down the bad guys in place of the bracers, then? If only it were that simple. No, that's not what I intend for you. It's clear to me that you four are pursuing justice in your own way. And I think it's important you demonstrate that to the people, so they can see it for themselves. Justice lives on in Crossbill. You want us to give people a reason to believe that? Exactly. And for that reason, every article that the Crossbill Times publishes on the special support section is vital to your success. You may still be young and inexperienced, and you may make mistakes from time to time, but I believe everyone will notice your earnest pursuit of justice. There will be some who don't take you seriously, yes. However, I sincerely doubt there will be many amongst Crossbill's citizens who will oppose your work. In fact, I think quite a few people have already begun to place their hopes in the SSS, even if they may not show it quite yet. Look at me, delivering a passionate speech in the heat of the moment. Let's return to the issue at hand, shall we? I believe I was about to give you permission to go and inspect the terminal room. That's right. Yes, we'd really appreciate that. Where should we go to gain access? Let's see. I have access and normally I would gladly escort you there. But unfortunately I have many matters to attend to once our meeting is finished. Oh, our apologies, we didn't mean to take up so much of your time. Not at all, Elie. I quite enjoyed our chat. Shall I have one of my employees take you? That won't be necessary. Who is she? Bell! Ah, you have returned! Yes, Father. I just arrived moments ago. It's been too long, Elie. Cut it out, Bell. How long has it been? 2 months? 3? Have you gotten thinner, Elie? Have you been eating right? We can always fix it, no problem. I also see your arms and legs have shaped up nicely too. Very impressive. It's only natural I build some muscle given our daily routines. Because of that, I may have actually gained a few pounds, believe it or not. Oh, is that right? Oh, now that you mention it, I can feel all this new muscle. It feels amazing, I must say it suits you well. Bell. She's bold, isn't she? Thank you, Elias. I will treasure this moment for the rest of my life. And Ellie's blush here. I get the impression their relationship transcends your ordinary friendship. Mariabell, I know how much you enjoy your special brand of touchy-feely reunions, but I think that's enough for now. After all, our guests are quite busy today. Oh, my apologies. Everyone, allow me to introduce my friend. This is Mariabell Crois, Uncle Dieter's daughter and my best friend. And these are my colleagues, Bell, Lloyd, Randy, and Theo. Now, enough of introductions. I'd much rather inspect them myself. I see. What? Can I help you? You passed, dear. You're as cute as a button. And you two fail miserably. What? Why? Well, I'm cute as a button too, cuter even. The thought of you mangy mutts being by my dear Elie's side day in day out is revolting. The goddess herself must be sighing, no, sobbing at this tragedy. Absolutely unacceptable. Did you just call us mutts? Calm down, Belle. What's with your outfit? They are far too casual for someone of Elie's prodigy. You could at least have the decency to wear an appropriate suit. My outfit? Well, these clothes make traveling easier, like when we have to hike through the mountains or cross difficult terrain. Did I ask for your excuses? You see, Elie, this is exactly why I didn't want you to work for the CPD. Why couldn't you have worked for me instead? Would have been a much more worthwhile use of your time and talent. That's enough, Belle. Well, my office has certainly come a lively place. You're all about the same age, so I'm glad to see you're getting along so well. Now, if you excuse me, it's time for me to stop putting off my next appointment. Could you show our guest to the terminal room, Belle? The terminal room? Why do I need to go there? You can ask him for the finer details himself. Farewell, everyone. It was a pleasure. A tactical retreat if I have ever seen one. Oh, father. If you're ready, then could you lead us to... I wasn't finished with you yet. You were with a fiery red hair and loud orange coat. Do you honestly think that's acceptable? A built physique like yours demands to be shown off in a suit, like a real man. Who, me? Sorry to disappoint, but suits ain't my style. I'm more into the casual look. Fits my effortless swagger better. Don't worry, I may be a ladies' man, but I'd never try to seduce Mademoiselle on a romantic moonlit night. You know, like my man LoH here did. Excuse me? Throwing him under the bus. Randy, why? Can you not say it in such a misleading way? I failed to see what exactly about the description was misleading. Besides, your mood has improved dramatically since last night. Theo, please. Ah, come on, Theo, not you too. LoH, was it? Care to elaborate on your friend's little story? Because there's something I'd like to know. What vile, lecherous things have you done to my sweet, innocent Elie? I haven't done anything to her! Elie, would you please back me up here? I think I understand the situation now. Shall I show you to the terminal room then? That would be lovely, Belle. It's not too much trouble? Of course not. I'd do anything for you, Elie. Have we cleared up that misunderstanding? Whatever, I'm over with it. So, you have a special support section. I'm curious to see what you're capable of. And whether or not you can prove to me that you're worthy of being Elie's colleague. Okay. Why is she only directing this at me? Man, you definitely just shot straight to the top of her shit list. My condolences. I think you had enough fun, Belle. Could you show us to the terminal room now? Of course, follow me. The terminal room is down on floor B5. Shall we board the elevator then? She's a real piece of work. I promise she's not a bad person. It's just I sometimes can't be sure if she's being overbearing, or overly enthusiastic, or both. She and the old man should make quite the intense duo, don't they? I suppose that is to be expected for the family that owns the famous International Bank of Crossville. Oh, that's my private room. Would you like to join me for some tea? It'll be my treat. Sorry, we're a little busy right now. Do you mind showing us to the terminal room first? Not at all. Right this way then. The elevator's just up ahead. Anyone else here? No. Still just with you. Yin, was it? What exactly is his objective? We haven't been able to come to a conclusion yet, unfortunately. Got any new thoughts on the situation, Lloyd? I'm sure you've probably figured out a thing or two already. I do, actually. I was wondering if perhaps the threat letter and the orbmail were in truth written by two different people. What? I'm not sure I follow. It's pretty simple. Cancel all performance of your upcoming show or your beloved father dancer will have a tragic accident. The threat letter's phrasing is odd but straightforward. Meanwhile, if you recall the orbmail, I, Yin, hereby submit my support request. Overcome this trial and face me. Only then will I grant you your mission. The orbmail is written in an old-fashioned diction. Wouldn't you agree they read nothing alike? I see your point. Now that you mention it, yeah. I was so shocked by the content of your orbmail that I failed to notice. And what do you make of all this? A few possibilities come to mind already. For example, what if Yin doesn't operate alone? His accomplice could have sent us the orbmail. Or Yin intentionally wrote the two messages differently to throw us off. I'm sure there are other possibilities I could list too, but frankly, it won't help us much to keep throwing out theories at this stage. Well put. How interesting. Come again? We're almost there. Welcome to B5F, so the fifth underground floor, yeah? The fifth basement floor. This floor houses the IBC's main terminal. The terminal room is right down the stairs. You really spared no expense securing this place, didn't you? Of course, we're considering storing all our clientele data here eventually. But since our safeguards against hackers are a bit thin at the moment, we have to put that plan on the back burner for now. That makes sense. We could have an international scandal on our hands if client data were to leak. That's correct. And for that reason, we're still in the development stages. Wow. Some blind-blowing stuff. It's like I'm looking at the future itself. You guys really have all the most bleeding edge tech you can get crammed into this one building. This is the latest model of information processing system developed by the Epstein Foundation. I believe LoH's high-speed cruiser also utilizes a similar system. Ah, you must be referring to the famous Assail. The systems they use are essentially the same, but there's one major difference. We've increased the processing power several-fold to handle the vast network of information. Incredible. Lady Mariabell. Hello, ma'am. Hello to you as well. I trust the project is proceeding smoothly. Of course, all thanks to your continued support. Our recent simulations have proven to be extremely successful. Sorry, who exactly are they? They're with the Crossbay Police Department. Oh, by the way, there's a possibility that our main terminal has been hacked into by an external source. Hacked? Do you mind explaining the situation to them? Yes, allow me. Tio adeptly explained the situation using complex terminology to the researchers. Somebody hacked into the network. I can't deny that the possibility exists, but I'm in total disbelief that it actually happened. No, this should be impossible. I refuse to accept that somebody out there could hack into our system this easily. If you're this adamant, then we have to assume that one of you two sent the orbmail. So, which of you is Yin? Cough it up. No, neither of us is Yin. It must have been a hacker then. The two of us are so worthless, that's the only explanation. He's being pretty hard on himself. Almost reminds me of Elie. I guess we know who also whip here at the IBC. The Special Support Section's terminal received the orbmail around 3 AM. Be a doll and look through the logs around that time period, okay? Yes, ma'am. We'll look through them right away. Here it is. The orbmail's encryption algorithm was cracked right under our noses. It's as we thought. Seems like pretty solid evidence to me that our hacker's coming from outside the IBC. I'll trace the access point. Okay, the access point is... No good, I lost it. So we still have no idea where the hacker managed to enter the system from? Right, whoever this is, they know what they're doing. They managed to get rid of any trace that they'd ever tampered with the systems. The most I can confirm with complete confidence, they used a terminal somewhere in the city. They're good. Really good. May I use the terminal for a moment? But, oh, go ahead, sweetheart. Here was it. You can think of our system as much as you like. Thank you. I will begin then. Aeon system activate. Oh my. Attempting real-time control of multidimensional analysis. Analyzing all terminal logs, examining all suspicious logins, leaving traces of concealment. She's amazing. What's this insane processing speed? Please support me, you two. Accessing all Crossbay terminals via administrator privileges. I'm transferring any suspicious logins to you, so please examine them for me. Right. We can handle it. Elie, are you following any of this? No, not in the slightest. Glad to hear I'm not the only one who's completely in the dark here. Now I see. Tio's an orbital stuff user. While that impressive piece of technology allows for the instantaneous use of orbital arts, it seems she found a way to use it as a conduit for augmented control of terminals. You understand what's going on? Bell did study orbital and engineering at the Epstein Foundation, so I'm not surprised. You could say I know a thing or two about orbital technology. It looks like we're about finished. Oh, hey. Have either of you found anything? All the logins on my side look clean. How about you, Clay? Bingo, I got it. Control Terminal 8 in the Geofront's B sector. We detected an unauthorized login from there. The Geofront. So a little rat snuck underground in that area right near the station street, huh? You're mistaken. That location leads to the Geofront's A sector. The terminal accessed by the hacker was in the Geofront's B sector. It looks like it's somewhere underneath the northwestern part of the city. The northwestern part of the city. That should be the residential district and the entertainment district. What should we do, Lloyd? I say we head there immediately. Cityl should be responsible for all Geofront access, if I remember correctly. Let's start by asking the receptionist if we can borrow the key for that sector. Sounds like a plan. Let's get moving. It seems like the truth of this case is nearly within your grasp. I certainly hope so. We couldn't have done it without your cooperation, Mariabell. Thank you, Bell. You too as well. Oh no. We barely did anything. The girl is the real champion. She sure is. Great work to you. I can't pretend I have any idea what you did, but you helped us without a doubt. Good job, Tio. That's our Tio-tot. She always pulls through for us. I don't believe I did anything extraordinary. Besides, I'm a member of the Special Support Section too. It's the least I could do. Not extraordinary, she says. I have a proposition for you, Tio. How would you and Elie like to come work for me? Come on, Bell, cut it out. You're trying to poach our talent? I'd kind of prefer if you didn't. We need the whole team together, you know? Oh, settle down, I was just kidding. Anyway, once you've managed to solve the case, do fill me in on the details. I'll leave a keycard in your hands for the time being. We will give you access to the top floor as well as this one. Make use of it as you like. Thank you, Bell. Now, if you excuse us. Now, this may be just my intuition speaking, but I believe it's likely that the person who sent the orbmail is in fact not Yin. Our sender is clearly knowledgeable about orbital engineering. They may even be connected to the Epstein Foundation, who knows? What? How do you know that? I agree with your assessment. I have already considered the same scenario. The orbital network is currently restricted to people who understand advanced network technology. And despite it being used for hacking, I feel as if I've seen this method deployed before. You have? Oh, in the case you find our dear little hacker, I prefer you let them off the hook, so please don't take them away to jail or anything like that. What? But why? At the moment, there aren't actually any laws in place prohibiting acts of hacking. As a matter of fact, I consider our little friend a useful tool in advancing our network security protocol. We've been meaning to create a defense system against hacking now that we're orbalizing banking. Oh, Belle. Damn, she's a bold girl. I give her that. Alright. How was an official IBC terminal breached from an external source? I'm so ashamed of myself. If a disaster like this were to happen once the system is fully up and running, I would never live it down. I need to figure out how they cracked it, and fast, so we can start working on countermeasures. And to think that Lady Mariabell of all people saw our failure full on display. Damn it. We gotta track down the source of this ASAP. I'm still blown away by what you did back there. That's the first time I ever witnessed a tracing method like that in action. You can thank the Aeon system packaged within the Orbital Staff's code for that. I would otherwise be waving around a plain metal rod. More importantly, are you able to handle the situation from here? Definitely. You've been incredibly helpful, but you can leave the rest to us. We'll clean up the remainders of this mess. Things may have gotten south, but we're still the Orbital Network researchers down to our cores. I mean, if we can't figure some way to counter this, Lady Mariabell is going to... no, never mind. Pretend you didn't hear anything. I really feel for these guys. Alright. But I think this episode has been long enough. So... until next time, I think. I'm Mace and don't get lost.